Really?
No, not really.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Today is no, it's not October. It's actually November 1st, 2017.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday. I must spend my money.
And the reason this video is so important to me is because my LA Dodgers happen to be in the World Series.
What the fuck was that?
The LA Dodgers, if you guys have not seen it, are facing the Houston Astros, and this series has been amazing. Speaking as a Dodger fan, I am totally on the fact that we have not won in 29 years. Justin Turner, as a matter of fact, hit a home run that Kirk Gibson hit on the very same day, almost to the exact same hour.
High fly ball into right field. Martinez on the run. This is way back, and it is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner.
29th anniversary of Gibby. How cool is that?
It's very cool. And JT, we were talking about it in there after the game, and I was waiting for the little this thing right here.
Now, I've been paying attention to the Dodgers and watching them because I am a big Dodgers fan.
Damn, Daniel. Giggity, 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 let's have sex.
But I am also giving it up to Houston. Now, as an LA Dodger fan, honestly, I would have preferred to face Boston or New York.
Statue of Liberty.
You know that the rivalry with Los Angeles and Boston, the Lakers and the Celtics, or Los Angeles and New York,
That's why I fucked your bitch.
has just always been there. There's always been a sense of rivalry between the East and the West Coast.
What you talking about, Willis?
So if I'd be kicking somebody's ass, to be honest with you, I would prefer be kicking the Yankees' ass.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
Now, I am a Dodger fan, so I have clowned and clowned and clowned again the Houston Astros.
You've been here a long time with the Astros. When did you believe that a night like this would be possible?
Hi, boss.
I don't mean to offend anybody when I do it, but I do have a sense of humor. When it comes to talking shit about the opposing team. And I know I shouldn't shine down upon him being 5'6" in the pros. And as a matter of fact, I kind of in a way look up to it because the guy literally measures 5'6", and I think he's the third shortest baseball player ever to play in the major leagues. I mean, this guy is amazing. Oh, for you guys that don't know who Altuve is, for the size he is, if I was Houston, I'd be wearing his jersey and chanting MVP like everybody else, because somebody that small who can hit that hard deserves to be not just the MVP. He's obviously broken a ton of boundaries. And this guy's knocking home runs off my Dodgers like it's nobody's business.
Another 3-2 and a high fly ball, deep left center field, at the wall, tie game! Unbelievable!
So my competitive nature has me sitting there not liking the guy. Freak you, Altuve! Fuck you too, bitch! But it is all in good fun. I don't mean to offend anybody. The Houston Astros are on an even bigger monument than what the Dodgers are. What Houston has done this year, their city underwent this disaster.
For a third brutal day, torrential rain, people rescued from flooded homes, volunteers with boats pitching in. But tonight, the storm claiming even more lives. The river still rising, and this dangerous development, 2 reservoirs threatening to spill, and new mandatory evacuations underway. Tonight, there have been more than 4,000 high water rescues. More than 30,000 people are now expected in shelters, and 12,000 Texas National Guard members have been called up. That's every service member who's available to serve. Tonight, the city is sending out an urgent call for medical professionals, and the storm is growing even stronger.
Houston did, in fact, go on to face Boston, beat their butts, beat the New York Yankees' butt right after. And is at the moment where they might actually win the World Series, beating the other nation's favorite baseball team. That's like knocking out 3 Goliaths. When you're there, you're David, looking up at 3 motherfucking gargoyles or cyclopses or whatever it is that you want to defeat in your own personal mind that would make it an awesome event. I mean, Houston is literally Gohan.
Daddy, help me, please.
And he has Nappa, Vegeta, and Frieza standing right in front of him.
Jesus Christ.
And he's knocking them out like it's nobody's business.
It's over 3,000. Never watch out! This one is much more powerful.
Let's go.
That is freaking cool. First of all, this series has more home runs than any other World Series ever.
Holy shit.
If that's not a record to hold in the books, then I don't know what is. Also, Game 5 broke the record for the longest game ever. It was 5 hours and 18 minutes. I think a lot more people would probably be on it if it was Los Angeles, New York. But it's not. It's LA, Houston. My Lakers once went and won 3 championships in a row. I'm an LA boy. I was born and raised in Los Angeles.
I was born in East LA.
But my Lakers went and won 3. But my Dodgers have not won one in over 29 years. And I was bigger on baseball, being Latino and growing up with Latino parents. I was raised more with that foundation, with baseball in my roots. Latinos tend to gravitate more toward baseball anyway.
South Raging! South Raging! South Raging!
Although I love my Los Angeles Lakers, I play more basketball than I've ever played baseball. My grandpa died a Dodger fan, may he rest in peace. And the earliest recollections that I have are from the years of 1984, 85, 86, 87, and especially 1988. Because he would listen to the radio in Spanish. There's this guy named Jaime Jarrin who would literally telecast the games. My earliest recollections of my grandpa, who has now passed away, are of him, listening to that radio, hearing Jaime Jarrin's voice as a little kid, and having him scream out their names every little while. I grew up listening to Oral Hershiser, the Bulldog. I grew up listening to Kirk Gibson and the home run when he pumps the hand. Fernando Valenzuela, you know, even Ramon Martinez, all these famous Dodgers that I grew up watching. Brett Butler, Eddie Murray, Mike Scioscia, who is now the Angels head coach. I can go on forever. I bleed blue. I am a Dodger fan through and through. And I'm sorry if that gives me more dislikes on this video than I would like.
Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Dodgers.
But that is who I am. All these guys, the entire Houston lineup is freaking amazing. I never knew it'd be a series this well done. I never thought it'd be a series this awesome. Who knew we were gonna break records in Game 5 the way we would? I was afraid to lose Game 6 here in LA. And now that it's Game 7, I'm pretty much watching the most epic sports game. And I've seen Robert Horry knock down that 3 in overtime when everybody just went nuts. And I'm still saying that this has got to be the best sporting event that I have ever seen in my life. And it is awesome. But my Dodgers, I hope, are going to win. And if they don't, there isn't any other team that I would rather lose to, except the Yankees,
My fofo makes sure all y'all kids don't grow.
than the Houston Astros. Because the way that they will have done it, after never winning a World Series ever, is freaking amazing. You can't write a better script than that. And if you're not paying attention to that Cinderella story, then honestly, you do not know baseball. You are not a baseball fan, and you are not American. Dang it. So we're going to record it. We're going to post it, and I am not sure how it's going to end up, but we're going to enjoy it, that's for sure. Have fun. Houston, we love you. Houston, we're with you. Hurricane Harvey, you suck balls. And please feel free to comment, like, and definitely subscribe because we enjoy making these videos. We're gonna try to continue to make them as best we can. And go Dodgers! Go Dodgers! My biggest wish for Game 7 right now is that Vin Scully comes back and actually commentates it.
But it's time for Dodger baseball.
But we'll see. I don't know. They're probably doing the national anthem right now, so we're gonna go ahead and turn it on. I hate it when I do stuff like that.
Disappointed!
So that didn't end the way I wanted to, and I had this whole 10-minute speech that I just finished, and I forgot to hit the record button.
What a dumbass.
Anyway, that whole thing that I just did right now included everything that I said about Houston, how I tip my hat off to Houston.
God damn, you just be kissing ass like ain't no tomorrow. What the fuck is wrong with you?
All the guys, man, because I was every single time I heard a different name on that roster batting against any one of our pitchers, I was like, no, not this guy again. No, not this guy again. No, not this guy again. That's a historic run, man. Y'all knocked out Boston. Y'all knocked out New York. Y'all killed LA. I'd love to be a Houstonian right now. They're gonna party all night long and have that team fly in and paparazzi, family and friends waiting for them, plus probably a Houston Astro parade, and this weekend's gonna be lit in Houston. I think the Dodgers really put it down. I mean, they grinded all their way through it, and this year was a historic year for the Dodgers and the franchise. All kinds of records were broken, all kinds of things were going on, rookie of the years and home runs, and people were coming out of nowhere finding a way to win. It was just freaking awesome to watch. Unfortunately, you can only have one winner, and Houston proved that they just had that bit. I said a bad word by accident. I didn't mean to. They had that bit more in their system than we did. Steroids! And it was beautiful to watch. I don't think the Dodgers could have a run like that where they take out the Yankees and they take out Boston. There's few other West Coast teams on the National League that would be worth wanting just to kick their ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? LA is that team. That chant rings through around the nation when anybody plays anybody in LA. It's that beat LA anthem. Beat LA. Beat LA. I hated it the whole way through during the last 7 games. I hated it. I hated when Springer knocked that 2-run shot. I hated when Correa knocked one out there. I hated when Altuve, dead center, this little guy, 5'6", was facing one of our best pitchers. Boom! This guy knocked it out of the park. I'm 5'10". I don't think I can knock it out the park then or now, let alone seen some pros do it. Bergman, the 2 big boys, Gaddis and McCann, those guys are terrifying just by looking at them. They look like 2 monsters ready to eat me, let alone what they can do with that dang bat. Shoot, everybody was just on one, dude. And the pitching, Verlander, you had Morton in the end, Peacock. Gosh, it just doesn't get any better. The 2 best on the Dodgers, arguably the best pitcher on the planet right now is Clayton Kershaw. And the best closer on the planet is Kenley Jensen. You beat both in a series of 7 with Kershaw pitching 3 of those games. That's a miracle. You know, that's the light at the end of the tunnel for Houston and Texas. Wow. I can't say it any better than that. Wow. I want to jump on the Houston Astro bandwagon. I want to say that that's the team I've always rooted for right now because, God, it doesn't get better than that. It just doesn't. It really doesn't get better than that. And as a baseball fan, I've been watching baseball all my life. As somebody that will always be passionate about that game, that was perfect. That's all it was. It was perfect. It was beautiful. And it was perfect. I just hate being on the other end of that stick. That's kind of what sucks. But I'm going to end the video there now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not quite sure where I'm going with all this. I wanted to record myself watch the World Series because it was Game 7. I was hoping to have my epic moment because I know that if the 9th inning would have ended and we would have been the one with 5 runs, I'd be crying right now. I'd be crying my eyes out right now on my knees telling my grandpa I love you because he passed away. But the reason and the only reason I'm a Dodger fan right now is because of my grandpa. I wish he was still here. And if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here. That's for sure. So his passion is now my passion. And hopefully my passion will now be my boy's passion. Because it is a beautiful thing. And I hope that one day they look back and see me with my passion in their memories when they have the same passion toward anything they do. I hope that they remember it the way I experienced it, because this life is full. You can't live a life full of little memories that define who you are. And having taken this ride that I took with the emotional capacity, Justin Turner, when he rounded first after that one home run in the NLCS, I call him the Ginger Falcon.
What the fuck is that?
Because he did it. He just stuck his hands out and was like, "Yeah, I'm flying." So I give all my players nicknames every now and then when they do something amazing like that. That's just what I do. And my nickname for him was the Ginger Falcon at the time, and it's kind of stuck for the last 7 games. That's all I call him, is the Ginger Falcon. But shoot, Bellinger, and when he belted a couple, I mean, Peterson had a hell of a series, man. I wish he would have ended it beautifully too. But all these emotions, Clayton Kershaw, when you can see him the day he's not pitching, but you could see him when they zoom the camera in on him after a great play, how he's like, "Let's go." You know, they really wanted it. And when you see that and relate to it and know you're taking that same journey with them while they do it, it just becomes something above the normal human capacity, you know, humanity. It locks you in, it zones you in with somebody, and you relate so much that you almost feel like you're doing it with them as they go. It's what's made franchises, man. We all experience that. We all love that. We all know it's there. That's why we play basketball. That's why we watch basketball. That's why we do everything that we do. It is what makes us human. We compete. We cheer. We connect. We love. And we experience it the way they do. That's the beauty of technology nowadays, and television and all that good stuff. That's about as good as it gets. You know, it's just beautiful, and I have no other words to explain it except that. And I know for a fact that the players are experiencing what I feel times 10. So if they're as animated about having won the way they did, then I'm sure they're just as disappointed. But, you know, as a human being, you can't help but be like, it happens. Get up, walk it off, and try again. And I'm sure that's what they will do next year. So, having said that, God, Houston, you annoyed the heck out of me. For 7 days, for, what was that, 7 games in what, 11, 10, 11, maybe 12 days? So for those 12 days, or whatever it was, the span of the duration of the World Series, you annoyed me for that long. And I think for that, you guys are a better city come tomorrow. I'll end it with that, and have a good night. Party hardy, Houston. Wow. I'm pretty sure the nation is with you right now.